you so much for coming. Family and friends, thanks for coming out to support us. I'd like to start with a prayer like we always do. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
Pope St. John Paul II.
Pray for us.
Thank you again for coming. Just to let you know, we are going to have an intermission about an hour in. And just for everybody, if you can wait at least in between a scene if you need to leave, especially kids, but there will be an intermission. So if you can wait an hour before you have to go in and out, that would be wonderful. And obviously we don't sell tickets, but during intermission we will accept any donations that you want to offer towards our sets and our costumes, and we'll have a couple little kids walking around with baskets and the masks, so hopefully you'll see them. And I also just wanted to point out that this year our spring production is a little bit different in that it wasn't an extracurricular. It was part of the 11th and 12th grade philosophy of beauty class. So it was mandatory, and these kids kind of got thrown into it. I think the majority of our cast has never acted or done anything big like this on stage, let alone Shakespeare. So I'm just very, very proud of the way that they have jumped into this. They did all the costumes, the sets, everything was this class. So with that in mind, this is kind of like their final exam. So laugh loud and clap hard, and maybe they'll get a better grade. So thank you again for coming, and enjoy the show.
I learned in this letter that Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to Messina.
He is very near by this. He was only 12 leagues off when I left him.
How many gentlemen have you lost in this action?
But a few, and none of name.
I learned here that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor on a young Florentine called Claudio.
He hath borne himself beyond the promise of his age, doing in the figure of a lamb the feats of a lion.
I pray you, has Signor Montanto returned from the wars, or no?
I know none of that name, lady.
My cousin means Signor Benedict of Padua.
He's back, and as pleasant as he ever was.
I pray you, how many hath he killed and eaten in these wars? Or how many hath he killed? For indeed, I have promised to eat all that he is killing.
He hath done a good service in this wars, lady. And a good soldier too, lady.
Oh, and a good soldier to a lady. But what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, and a man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
It is so indeed. He is nothing less than a stuffed man.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There's a kind of merry war betwixt Signor Benedict and her. They never meet, but there is a skirmish of wit between them.
I pray you, who's his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother.
I can tell, lady, this man is not in your books.
No. If he were, I would burn my study. But I pray you, who's his companion?
He is most in company with the right noble Claudio.
Oh, Lord, he will hang upon him like a disease. He is sooner caught than the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. God help the noble Claudio! If he have caught the Benedict, it'll cost him 1,000 pounds ere he be cured.
I can tell, lady, this man is not in your book. I will hold friends with you, lady.
Do, good friend, do.
You won't ever run mad, niece.
Not till a hot January.
Don Pedro is approached.
Good Signor Leonardo, you have come to meet your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and yet you encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace.
You embrace your charge too willingly. And I think this is your daughter.
Her mother hath many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, sir, that you asked her?
Signor Benedict, no.
If Signor Leonato be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulders, for all Messina is like him as she is.
I wonder that you still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What? My dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die while she is such meat food defeated as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to disdain if you come into her presence.
Then is courtesy a turncoat? But it is certain I am loved of all the ladies. Only you accepted. And I would that I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart. For truly, I love none.
Dear happiness to women. They would else have been troubled with a pernicious suitor. I thank God in my cold blood I'm of your humor for that. I'd rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind, so some gentleman or other shall escape it predestined its scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse as such a face as yours were.
Well, you are a rare parrot teacher.
Bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse had the speed of your tongue, but keep your way. In God's name I have done.
You always end with the jade's trick. I know you of old.
That is the sum of all, Leonardo. Signor Claudio, Signor Benedict, my dear friend Leonardo hath invited you all. I tell him we shall stay at least a month.
Huzzah! Let me bid you welcome, my lord. Being reconciled to the prince, your brother, I owe you all duty.
I thank you. I'm not one of many words, but I thank you.
Please, at your grace, lead on.
We will go together.
Benedict, didst thou note the daughter of Signor Leonato?
I looked on her, but I noted her not.
Is she not a modest young maiden?
Do you question me as an honest man should do, for my simple true judgment? Or would you question me after my custom, as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, I pray thee speak in sober judgment.
Why? In faith, methinks she's too low for a high praise, too brown for a fair praise, and too little for a great praise. Only this commendation I can afford her, that, were she other than she is, she were unhandsome. And being no other, but as she is, I do not like her.
Thou as thinkest I am in sport, I pray thee, tell me how thou truly likest her.
Would you buy her that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, and a case to put it into. But speak you this with a sad brow?
In mine eye, she is the sweetest lady I ever looked on.
I can see it without spectacles, and I see no such matter. Now there's her cousin, and were she not possessed with such a fury, exceeds her cousin as much in beauty as the 1st of May doth the last of December. But I hope you have no intention to turn husband. Have you?
I would scarce trust myself. Though I would swear the contrary if Hero would be my wife.
It's come to this? Shall I never see a bachelor of threescore again? What secret hath you known here that you follow not to Leonardo's?
He is in love.
With who, that your grace is pucked? With Hero, Leonardo's short daughter.
Amen if you love her, for the lady's very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
No, by my troth, I speak my thought.
And in faith, I spoke mine.
And by my two faiths and troths, my lord, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
That I neither feel how she should be loved, nor know how she should be worthy, is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will die in it. At the stake.
Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in the despite of beauty.
That a woman conceived me, I thank her. That she brought me up, I likewise give her most humble thanks. But that I will hang my bugle in an invisible baldric, all women shall pardon me. I will live a bachelor.
I shall see the ere I die look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord. Not in love.
Well, as time shall try, in time the savage bull doth bear the yoke.
The savage bull may, but if ever the sensible Benedict bear it, pluck off the bull's horns and set them in my forehead, and let me be vilely painted, and in such great letters as they may write, here is good horse for hire, and let them signify under my sign, here you may see Benedict, the married man.
Signor Benedict, prepare to Leonato's. Commend me to him and tell him I shall not fail him at supper, for indeed he hath made great preparation.
Examine your conscience, and so I leave you.
Hath Leonato any son, my lord?
No, no child but Hero. She is his only heir. Dost thou affect her, Claudio?
Oh, my lord. When you went onward in this ended action, I looked upon her with a soldier's eye, that liked, but had a rougher task at hand, than to drive liking to the name of love. But now I've returned, and war thoughts have left their places vacant. In their rooms come thronging soft and delicate desires. All prompting me how fair young Hero is, saying I liked her ere I went to wars.
Thou art like a lover presently, and tire the hero with a book of words. If thou dost love fair Hero, cherish it, and I will break with her and with her father. There shall be some reveling tonight. I will assume that part in some disguise, and tell fair Hero that I am Claudio. Then I'll unclasp my heart, and take her hearing prisoner with the force and strong encounter of my amorous tale. Then, after to her father will I break, and the conclusion is, she shall be thine.
What the good ear, my lord? Why are you thus out of measure sad?
There is no measure in the occasion that breeds, therefore my sadness is without limit.
You should hear reason.
And when I have heard it, what blessings brings it?
If not a present remedy, at least a patient sufferance.
I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause and smile at no man's jest. Eat when I have stomach, and wait on no man's leisure. Sleep when I am drowsy, intent on no man's business. Laugh when I am merry, and claw no man in his humor.
Yea, but you must not make full show of this, till you may do it without controlment. You have of late stood out against your brother, and he hath taken you newly into his grace. Wherefore it is impossible you should take true root but by the fair weather that you make yourself.
I had rather be a caker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. In this I cannot be said to be a flattering, honest man. It must not be denied that I am a plain dealing villain. Therefore, I have decreed not to sing in my cage. If I had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my liking. In the meantime, let me be that I am, and seek not to alter me.
Can you make no use of your discontent?
I make all use of it, for I use it only. Who comes here? Borachio, what news do you bring?
I came yonder from a great supper. The prince, your brother, is royally entertained by Leonato, and I can give you intelligence of an intended marriage.
Will it serve any model to build mischief on?
Mary, it is your brother's right hand.
Who? The most exquisite Claudio?
Even he. I heard it agreed upon that the prince should woo Hero for himself, and having obtained her, give her to Count Claudio.
Come, let us thither. This may prove food for my displeasure. That young startup hath all the glory of my overthrow. If I can cross him in any way, I will bless myself every way. You are both sure, and will assist me?
To the death, my lord.
Was not Count John here at supper?
I saw him not. How tartly that gentleman looks. I never can see him, but I'm heartburn an hour after.
Oh, he is a melancholy disposition.
You were an excellent man that were just made in the midway between him and Benedict. One is too like an image, and says nothing, and the other too like my lady's eldest son, evermore the tattling.
Then have Senior Benedict's tongue in Count John's mouth, and have Count John's melancholy in Senior Benedict's face.
With a good leg and a good foot, uncle, and money enough in his purse. Oh, such a man would win any woman in the world, if he could get her goodwill.
By my troth, niece, thou wilt never get thee a husband if thou be so shrewd of thy tongue.
In faith, she's too cursed. Oh, Lord, I cannot endure a husband with a beard on his face. I'd rather lie in the woolen.
You may light on a husband that hath no beard.
What should I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman? He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man. And he that is more than a youth is not for me, and he that is less than a man, I am not for him.
Well then, go you into hell.
No, but to the gate. And there will the devil meet me like an old cuckold with horns on his head and say, "Get you to heaven, Beatrice, get you to heaven. Here's no place for you maids." And so away to St. Peter's for the heavens. And he shows me where the bachelors sit. And there we live as merry as the day is long.
Well, niece, I trust you will be ruled by your father.
Yes, Faith, it is my cousin's duty to make courtesy and say father, as it pleases you. But yet, for all that, cousin, let it be a handsome fellow, or else make another courtesy and say father, as it pleases me.
Cousin, you apprehend passing shrewdly.
I have a good eye, uncle, and see a church by daylight.
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God make men out of some other metal than earth.
Daughter, remember what I told you. If the prince do solicit you in that kind, you know your answer. The revelers are entering. Sister, make good room.
Lady, will you walk about with your friend?
So you look softly and walk sweetly and say nothing. I'm nearest to the walk, and especially when you walk away.
With me in your company?
I may say so when I please.
And when you please to say so.
When I like your favor.
Well, I would you did like me.
So would not I, for your own sake, for I have many ill qualities.
Which is one?
I say my prayers aloud.
I love thee all the better. The ears may cry, Amen.
God match me with a good dancer,
Amen.
and God keep him out of my sight when the dance is done. Will you not tell me who told you so?
Not now.
No, will you not tell me who you are?
No, you shall pardon me.
Then I was disdainful, and that I had my good wit out of 100 merry tales. Well, this was Signor Benedict that said so.
What's he?
I am sure you know him well enough.
Not I, believe me.
Did he never make you laugh?
I pray you, what is he?
Why? He's the prince's jester, a very doleful angers them. And then they laugh at him and beat him. I'm sure he is in the fleet. I would he had boarded me.
When I know the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Do. We must follow the leaders.
In every good thing.
And that is Claudio. I know him by his bearing.
Are you not Signor Benedict?
You know me well, I am he.
Signor, you are very near my brother in his love. He is enamored on Hero. I pray you, dissuade him from her, for she is no equal to his birth.
How know you he loves her?
I heard him swear his affection.
Yes, so did I too. And he swore he would marry her. Tonight.
Come, let us to the banquet.
Thus answer I in the name of Benedict, but hear these ill news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain the prince woos for himself. Friendship is constant in all other things, save in the office and affairs of love. Farewell, therefore, hero.
Count Claudio,
Yea, the same.
come, will you go with me?
Whither?
About your own business, the prince hath got your hero.
I wish him joy of her.
But do you think the prince would have served you thus?
I pray you leave me.
Alas, poor hurt fowl. But that my lady Beatrice should know me and not know me. The prince is fool. Ha! I am not so reputed. It is the base, the bitter disposition of Beatrice that puts the world into her person and so gives me out. I'll be revenged as I may.
Now, Signor, where is the Count? Did you see him?
Troth, my lord, I found him here as melancholy as a lodge in a warren. I told him, and I think I told him true, that you had got the goodwill of this young lady.
The lady Beatrice hath a quarrel to you. The gentleman that danced with her told her she is much wronged by you.
Oh, she misused me past the endurance of a block. She told me, not thinking that I had been myself, that I was the prince's jester. That I was duller than a great dog, huddling jest upon jest, with such impossible conveyance upon me, that I stood like a man at a mark, with a whole army shooting at me. She speaks poniards, and every word stabs. If her breath were as terrible as her terminations, there would be no living near her. She would infect to the North Star. Come, talk not of her. I would not marry her, though she were endowed with all that Adam had left him before he transgressed. So, all disquiet, horror, and perturbation follows her!
Look, here she comes.
Will your grace commend me any service to the world's end? I will go on the slightest errand now to the Antipodes that you can devise to send me on. I will fetch you a toothpicker from the furthest inch of Asia. Fetch you a hair of the great Cham's beard. Do you any embassage to the pygmies rather than hold 3 words conference with this harpy? You have no employment for me?
None, but desire your good company.
No, sir. Here's a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
Come, lady, come. You have lost the heart of Signor Benedict.
Indeed, my lord. He lent it me a while, and I gave him good use for it. A double heart for his single one. Marry, once before he wanted of me with false dice. Therefore, your grace may well say, I have lost it.
You have put him down, lady. You have put him down.
So he should not do me, lest I prove the mother of fools. I brought Count Claudio, whom you sent me to seek.
Why, hi now, Count. Wherefore, are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
Then sit.
Neither, my lord.
The Count is neither sad, nor sick, nor merry, nor well, but civil, Count. Civil as an orange, and something of that jealous complexion.
In faith, lady, I think your blazing to be true, though I'll be sworn, if he be so, he is false. Here, Claudio, I've wooed in thy name, and fair hero is won. I've broke with her father, and his goodwill obtained. Name the day of marriage, and God give thee joy.
Count, take of me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. His grace hath made the match, and by grace, say amen to it.
Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I were but a little happy if I could say how much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours.
Speak, cousin, or if you cannot, stop his mouth with a kiss, and let him not speak either.
In faith, lady, give a merry heart.
Yea, my lord, I thank it, poor fool. It keeps on the windy side of care. My cousin tells him in his ear that he is in her heart.
So she doth, cousin.
Good lord, alliance! There goes everyone in the world but I. Ooh, and I am sunburnt. I shall sit in the corner and cry, hey-ho, for a husband.
Lady, I will get you one.
I'd rather get one of your father's getting. Have your grace never a brother like you? Your father's got excellent husbands, if a maid could come by them.
Will you have me, lady?
No, my lord. Unless I could have another for working days, for your grace is too costly to wear every day. But I beseech your grace to pardon me. I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
Your silence most offends me. But to be married best becomes you, for out of question, you were born in a merry hour.
No, my lord. My mother cried, but then there was a star dance, and under that was I born. Cousins, God give you joy.
By my troth, a pleasant spirited lady.
There is little of the melancholy element in her, my lord. She is never sad but when she sleeps. Not ever sad then. For I have heard my daughter say, she hath often dreamed of unhappiness, and waked herself with laughing.
She cannot endure to hear tell of a husband.
Oh, by no means. She mocks all her wooers out of suit.
She were a good wife, for Benedict.
Oh Lord, my lord, if they were but a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
Count Claudio, when do you mean to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord.
Not till Monday, which is a time too brief, too, to have all things answer my mind.
I warn thee, Claudio, the time shall not go dully by us. For, in the interim, I will undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Senior Benedict and Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection, the one with the other. I would fain have it a match, and I doubt not but to fashion it, if you three will minister such assistance as I shall give thee direction.
My lord, I am for you, though it cost me 10 nights' watchings.
And I, my lord.
And you too, gentle hero?
Oh, I would do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer, for his glory shall be ours, for we are the only love guards. Go in with me, and I'll tell you my drift.
It is so. Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonato.
Yea, but I can cross it.
How canst thou cross this marriage?
Not honestly, my lord, but so covertly that no dishonesty should appear in me.
Show me, briefly how.
I think I told your lordship years since of how much I'm in favor of Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman to Hero.
I remember.
I can, at any unseasonable instant of the night, appoint her to look out at her lady's chamber window.
And what life is in that to be the death of this marriage?
The poison of that lies in you to temper. Go Go you to Claudio and the prince, your brother. Tell them that you know that hero loves me. They will scarcely believe this without trial. Offer them instances, which shall prove no less likelihood than to see me at her chamber window. Hear me call Margaret hero, hear Margaret term me Claudio, and bring them to see this the very night before the intended wedding. And there shall be such seeming truth of heroes' disloyalty, that jealousy shall be called assurance, and all preparations overthrown.
By my troth, good plan. True villainy at its finest. Be cunning in the working of this, and thy fee is 1,000 ducats. I will presently go learn the day of the marriage.
I do much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he has laughed at such shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. And such a man is Claudio. I knew when there was no music with him but the drum and the fife. And now, he will rather hear the tabor and the pipe. I knew a time when he would walk 10 miles afoot just to see a good armor. And now, he will lie 10 nights awake, carving the fashion of a new doublet. He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier. And now, he has turned orthography. All his words are a very fantastical banquet. Just so many strange dishes. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. I will not be sworn, although love may transform me to an oyster. But I'll take my oath on it. Till he has made an oyster of me, he shall never make me such a fool. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is virtuous, yet I am well. Another wise, yet I am well. But till all graces be in one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich, she shall be. Wise, or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Mild, or come not near me. Of good discourse, an excellent musician, and her hair shall be of what color it please God. Ah, the prince and Monsieur Love. I will hide me.
Have you seen where Benedict hid himself? Come, Balthazar, we'll hear that song again.
was his soul ravished. Is it not strange that sheep's guts should hale souls out of men's bodies?
Sigh no more, ladies, sigh no more. Men were deceivers ever. One foot in sea and one on shore. To one thing constant never. Then sigh not so hard, let them go. And be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe to hey, naughty, naughty. Sing no more, ditties, sing no more of dumb so dull and heavy. The fraud of man was ever so. Since summer first was levied, then sigh not so, but let them go. And be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey, naughty, naughty.
How much wrong, a good song.
And an ill singer, my lord.
No, faith, I'll sing as well enough.
If he had been a dog that had howled thus, they would have hanged him.
Ye and Mary, dost thou hear Balthazar? I pray thee, get us some excellent music, for tomorrow night we'll have it at the Lady Hero's chamber window.
The best I can, my lord.
Do so. Farewell. Come hither, Leonardo. What was it you told me of today? That your niece, Beatrice, was in love with Signor Benedict.
I did never think that lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I neither. But most wonderful that she should so dote on Senior Benedict, whom she hath in all outward behaviors seemed ever to abhor.
Is it possible?
Maybe she doth but counterfeit.
Faith, like enough.
Counterfeit. There never was counterfeit of passion came so near the life of passion as she discovers it.
Why, what effects of passion shows she?
Bait the hook well, this fish will bite. What effects, my lord? You heard my daughter tell you how.
She did indeed.
How? How, I pray you? You amaze me!
I should think this a trick, but that the white-bearded fellow speaks it.
Hath she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and she swears she never will. That's her torment. She'll be up 20 times a night, and there will she sit in her smock, till she have writ a sheet of paper. My daughter tells us all.
Then down upon her knees she falls, weeps, sobs, beats her heart, tears her hair, prays, curses. Oh, sweet Benedict, God give me patience.
She doth indeed. My daughter says so. My daughter is sometime afeard she will do a desperate outrage to herself. It is very true.
It's for good Benedict knew of it. For she is an excellent, sweet lady,
And exceedingly wise.
in everything but loving Benedict.
I am sorry for her.
Hero thinks she will die, for she says she will die if he love her not. And she will die ere she make her love known. And she will die if he woo her.
If she should make tender of her love, 'tis very possible he'll scorn it. For the man, as you know all, hath a contemptible spirit. But I love Benedict well, and I could wish he would modestly examine himself to see how unworthy he is of so good a lady.
My lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
If you do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
Let there be the same net spread for her that your gentlewoman and daughter miscarried. Let us send her to call him into dinner.
This can be no trick. The conference was sadly born. They have the truth of this from Hero. Love me! Why? It must be requited. I hear how I am censured. They say I will bear myself proudly if I perceive love come from her. They say, too, that she will rather die than give any sign of affection. I did never think to marry. I must not seem proud. Happy are they that hear their detractions and can put them to mending. They say the lady is fair. 'Tis a truth, I can bear them witness. And virtuous, 'tis so, I cannot reprove it. And wise, but for loving me. By my troth, this is no great addition to her wit, nor no great argument to her folly. For I will be horribly in love with her! I may chance have some odd quirks and remnants of wit broken on me because I have railed so long against marriage. But doth not the appetite alter? A man loves the meats in his youth that he cannot endure in his age. Shall these quips and sentences and these paper bullets of the brain awe a man from the career of his humor? No. The world must be peopled. And when I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think that I should live till I were married. Ah! Here comes Beatrice. By this day, she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I have been sent to bid you come into dinner.
Fair Beatrice, I thank thee for thy pains.
I took no more pains for those thanks than you take to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You take pleasure then in the message?
Yea, just so much as you take upon a knight's point. You have no stomach, senor? Fare you well.
Against my will, and it said you come into dinner. There's a double meaning in that.
Oh, good Margaret. Run thee to the parlor. There shall find my cousin Beatrice. Whisper in her ear and tell her I and Ursula walk in the orchard, and our whole discourse is all of her. Say that thou overheard us, and bid her steal into the bower to listen to our purpose. I'll make her come presently. Now, Ursula, when Beatrice doth come as we trace his alley up and down, our talk must only be of Benedick. When I do name him, let it be thy part, to praise him more than ever man did merit. My talk to thee must be how Benedick is sick in love with Beatrice. Of this matters Cupid's crafty arrow made by wounds by hearsay. Now begin, look! Beatrice like a lapwing runs to listen to our conference. No, truly, Ursula, I know her spirits are as coy and wild as hagrets of the rock.
But are you sure that Benedick loves Beatrice so entirely?
So says the prince and my new betrothed lord.
And did they bid you tell her of it, madam?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them. If they love Benedick, to have him wrestle with his affection, and never to let Beatrice know of it.
Why did you so? Doth not the gentleman deserve as full, as fortunate a bed? Sure, I think so. And certainly, therefore, it would not good she knew his love, lest make a sport at it.
Why, you speak truth. I never yet saw a man, how wise, noble, young, how rarely featured, but she would spell him backward.
Yet tell her of it, hear what she will say.
No. Rather, I will go to Benedick and counsel him to fight against his emotions. And truly, I'll devise some honest slanders to stain my cousin with. One doth not know how much an ill word may poison liking.
Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be so much without having true judgment, having so swift and excellent a wit. As she is prized as to refuse so rare a gentleman as Signor Benedict.
Indeed, he is the only man of Italy, always except my dear Claudio.
I pray you not be angry with me, madam, but Signor Benedict, for shape, bearing, and argument, valor goes foremost in report through Italy.
Indeed, he hath an excellent good name.
His excellence did earn it, ere he had it. When are you married, madam?
Why, every day tomorrow. Come, go in, I'll show you some of the attires, and have the counsel which is best to furnish me tomorrow.
We have caught him, madam.
If it proves so, then loving goes by haps. Some Cupid kills with arrows, some with traps.
What fire is in mine ears? Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorned so much? Contempt, farewell, and maiden pride, adieu. No glory lives behind the back of such. And Benedick, love on! I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. If thou dost love, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves up in a holy band. For others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it! Better than accordingly.
I do but stay till your marriage be consummate, then I go toward Aragon.
I'll bring you thither, my lord, if you'll vouchsafe me. What have we here?
Gallants, I am not as I have been.
So say I. Methinks you are sadder.
I hope he be in love.
I have a toothache.
Then draw it.
Hang it.
You must draw it first and hang it afterwards.
What, sigh for the toothache?
So say I. He is in love.
Hath any man seen him at the barber's?
No, but the barber's man hath been seen with him, and the old ornament of his cheek hath already stuffed tennis balls.
Indeed, he looks younger than he did by the loss of a beard.
Nay, and rubs himself with civet. Can you smell him out by that?
That's as much to say. The sweet youth's in love.
The greatest note of it is his melancholy.
And when was he wont to wash his face?
Indeed, that tells a heavy tale for him. Conclude that he is in love.
Nay, but I know who loves him.
That's what I know too. I warrant one that knows him not.
Yes, in his ill conditions. And despite of all, dies for him.
Yet is this no charm for the toothache? Come along, old senor. I've studied 8 or 9 wise words which I must speak to you, that these hobby horses must not hear.
For my life, to break with him about Beatrice.
'Tis even so.
My lord and brother, God save you.
Good then, brother.
If your leisure served, I would speak with you.
In private?
If it please you, yet Count Claudio may hear, for what I speak of concerns him.
What's the matter?
Means your lordship to be married tomorrow.
You know he does.
I know not that, when he knows, but I know.
If there be any impediment, I pray you discover it.
I came hither to tell you, that lady, that sweet, fair, beautiful, short lady, is disloyal.
Who, Hero?
Even she, Leonato's hero, your hero, your hero, your hero, your hero, your hero, my hero, every man's hero.
Disloyal?
The word is too good to paint out her wickedness. Wonder not till further warrant. Go but with me tonight, and you shall see. If you love her, then tomorrow wed her. But it would better fit your honor to change your mind.
May this be so?
I will not think it.
If you dare not trust that you see, confess not that you know. Go but with me tonight. I will show you enough. Proceed accordingly.
Neighbors, you are tedious.
It pleases your worship to say so. But we are the poor duke's officers. And if I were as tedious as a king, I could find it in mine own heart to bestow it all to your worship.
All thy tediousness on me, eh? I would fain know what you have to say.
Nay, sir, our watch tonight, accepting your worship's presence, have taken a couple as errant knaves as any in Messina.
Gifts that God gives.
I must leave you.
But one word, sir. Our watch indeed, sir, have comprehended two auspicious persons. And we would have them examined this morning before your worship.
Take your examination yourself, and then bring it me. I am now in great haste, as it may appear unto you.
It shall be suffragance.
Drink some wine ere you go. Fare thee well.
They stay for you to give your daughter in marriage.
I will wait upon them. I am ready.
Go, good partner, get you Francis Sequel. Bid him bring his pen and inkhorn to the jail. We're now to examination these men.
And we must do it wisely.
We will spare no wit for it. I warrant you only get the learned writer to set up our excommunication and meet me at the jail.
His answer? None.
Stand me by, friar. Father, by your leave, will you with free and unconstrained soul give me this maid, your daughter?
As freely, son, as God did give me her.
And what have I to give you back, whose worth may counterpoise this rich and precious gift?
Nothing, unless you render her again.
Sweet prince, you learn me noble thankfulness. There, Leonardo, take her back! Give not this rotten orange to your friend. She's but the sign and semblance of her honor. Behold, how like a maid she blushes here. But she is none. Her blush is guiltiness, not modesty.
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married. Not to knit my soul to an approved wanton. I never tempted her with word too large, but as a brother to his sister, showed bashful sincerity and calmly love.
And seemed I ever otherwise to you?
You seem to me as Diane in her orb, but you are more intemperate in your blood than Venus.
Is my lord well that he speaks so wide?
Sweet prince, why speak not you?
What should I speak? I stand dishonored that you have gone about to link my dear friend to a common stale.
Are these things spoken, or do I but dream?
Sir, they are spoken, and these things are true.
This looks not like a nuptial.
What, man? Was talked out at your window last night betwixt 12 and 1?
I talked with no other man that hour, my lord.
Why, then you are no maiden. Leonardo, I am sorry you must hear, but upon mine honor, myself, my brother, and this grieved count did see her, and hear at that hour last night, talk with the ruffian at her chamber window, who hath indeed most like a liberal villain, confessed the vile encounters they have had 1,000 times in secret.
They are not to be named, my lord. Not to be spoken of. Thus, pretty lady. I'm sorry for my much misgovernment.
Sweet hero, thou pure impiety and impious purity. For thee I'll lock up all the gates of love, and on thine eyes shall conjecture hang, to turn all beauty into thoughts of harm.
Hath no man's dagger here a point for me?
Why? Now, cousin hero! Wherefore sit you down?
Come, let us go. These things come thus to light. Smother her spirits up.
How doth the lady?
Dead, I think. Help, uncle! Signor Benedict Friar!
O fate, take not away thy heavy hand. Death is the fairest cover for her shame that may be wished for.
Oh, now, cousin hero!
Have comfort, lady.
Do not live, hero. Do not open thine eyes. Grieved I had but one child? Why had I one? Why ever wast thou lovely in mine eyes?
Sir, be patient. For my part, I am so tired and wonder, I know not what to say.
Oh, on my soul, my cousin is blind.
Lady, were you her bedfellow last night?
No. Truly not, although until last night I have this 12-month been her bedfellow.
Confirm, confirm. Would the two princes lie, and Claudio lie, who loved her so?
Hear me a little, for I have only been silent so long, and given way unto this course of fortune. Call me a fool. Trust not my reading nor my observations. If, and only if, this sweet lady lie not guiltless here, under some biting air. Lady, what man is he you are accused of?
They know that you accuse me, I know none.
There is some strange misprison in the princes.
Two of them have the very bent of honor. And if their wisdoms be misled in this, the practice of it lies in Don John, whose spirits toil in frame of villainies.
If they wrong her honor, the proudest of them shall well hear of it.
Pause a while, and let my counsel sway you in this case. Your daughter here the prince is left for dead. Let her a while be secretly kept in, and publish it that she is dead indeed. Maintain a mourning ostentation, and upon your family's old monument, hang mournful epitaphs, and do all rites that appertain unto a burial.
What shall become of this? What will this do?
She dying, as it must so be maintained, upon the instant that she was accused, shall be lamented, pitied, and excused of every hearer. So will it fare with Claudio. When he hears that she died upon his words, the idea of her life shall sweetly creep into the study of his imagination. Then shall he mourn, and wished he had not so accused her.
Let the friar advise you.
Being that I flow in grief, the smallest twine may lead me. Come, sister.
Come, lady, die to live. This wedding day is perhaps but prolonged. Have patience and endure.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
I will not desire that.
You have no reason. I do it freely.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin is wrong.
Ah, how much might the man deserve of me that would right her?
Is there any way to show such friendship?
A very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing in the world so well as you. Is not that strange?
Strange is a thing I know not. It were as possible for me to say that I love nothing so well as you. But believe me not, and yet I lie not.
Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by it that thou lovest me, and I will make him eat it that says that I love not you.
Why then, God forgive me.
What offense, sweet Beatrice?
You have stayed me in a happy hour, for I was about to protest that I loved you.
Then do it with all thy heart.
I love you with so much in my heart that none is left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Not for the wide world.
You kill me to deny it. Farewell. I'm gone though I'm here. There is no love in you. Nay, I pray you let me go.
Tarry, sweet Beatrice.
In faith I will go.
We'll be friends first.
You dare easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemies?
Is Claudio thine
Is
enemy?
he not a fruit in the height of villain that has slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman? Oh, that I were a man. What? Bear her in hand until they come to take hands, and then, with public accusation, uncovered, slandered, unmitigated rancour, oh God, that I were a man!
Beatrice.
I would eat his heart in the marketplace!
Hear me,
Talk
Beatrice.
to the man out of a window, a proper saying.
Nay, but Beatrice.
Sweet hero! She is wronged. She is slandered. She is undone. Princes and counties, surely a princely testimony. Oh, that I were a man for his sake, or that I had any friend that be a man for my sake. But manhood is melted into courtesies, valor into compliment, and men are only turned into tongue, and trim ones too. He is now as valiant as Hercules that only tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man with wishing. Therefore I will die a woman with grieving.
Beatrice, by this hand I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than swearing it.
Think you in your soul the Count Claudio hath wronged Hero?
Yea, as sure as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough. I am engaged. I will challenge him. Go. Comfort your cousin. By this hand, Claudio shall render me a dear account. I must say she is dead. And so, farewell.
Our whole assembly appeared.
Oh, a stool. And a cushion. For the magistrate.
What be the malefactors?
Mary, that am I, and my partner.
Nay, that's certain we have the exhibition to examine.
But which are their accusers to be examined? Let them come before Master Constable.
Mary, let them come before me. What is your name, friend?
Baraccio.
Write down. Baraccio. Yours, Syrah?
I am a gentleman, sir. And my name is Conrad.
Write down Master Gentleman Conrad. Masters, do you serve God?
Yea,
sir.
We hope.
Pray, write down that they hope they serve God. But write God first, for God defend, and God should go before such villains. Masters, it is proved already that you are little better than false knaves. How answer for yourselves?
Marry, sir, we say we are none.
A marvelous, witty fellow, I assure you. Sir, a word in your ear. Sir, I say to you, it is thought you are false knaves.
Sir, I say to you, we are none.
Stand aside. For God, they are both in a tale. Have you writ down they are none?
Master Constable, you go not the way to examine. We must call forth the watch there and their accusers.
Yea, marry. Masters, come before me. Masters, I charge you in the prince's name, accuse these men.
This man did say, sir, that Don John, the prince's brother, was a villain.
Write down Prince John a villain. Why, this is flat perjury to call the prince's brother a villain.
Master Constable.
Pray thee, fellow, peace! I do not let look. Promise thee.
What heard you say else?
Mary, that he had received 1,000 ducats of Don John for accusing the lady hero wrongfully.
Why, this is flat burglary, as ever was committed.
Yea, by mass that it is.
What else, fellow?
And that Count Claudio did mean, upon his words, to disgrace hero in front of the whole assembly, and not marry her.
Oh, villain, thou shalt be condemned into everlasting redemption for this.
What else?
And that is all.
And this is more, masters, that can be denied. Prince John is this morning secretly stolen away. Hero was in this manner accused, and in this manner refused, and upon grief for this, suddenly died. Master Constable, bound these men and send them to Leonado's. I will go forth and show them their examination.
Come, bring away the plaintiffs.
Let them be in the hands.
Off, coxcomb!
Cause my leg, where's the magistrate? Let him write down the prince's officer a coxcomb. Come, bind them now, naughty varlet.
Away, you codfish! Are a codfish.
Dost thou not suspect my place? Dost thou not suspect my ears? Oh, if I were here to be writ down a codfish! But forget not that I am a codfish, even though it not be writ down. I am a wise fellow, which is more an officer, which is more a householder, which is more as pretty a piece of flesh as any in Messina, and one that knows the law go to, and a rich fellow enough go to, and one that hath had 2 gowns, and everything handsome about him. Come, bring them away. Oh, that I had been writ down a codfish.
If you go on thus, you will kill yourself. And 'tis no wisdom thus to second grief against yourself.
I pray thee, cease thy counsel, which falls into mine ears as profitless as water in a sieve. Give not me counsel, nor let no comforter delight mine ear, but such a one whose wrongs do suit with mine. Bring me a father that so loved his child, whose love of her was overwhelmed like mine, and bid him speak of patience.
Therein do men from children nothing differ.
I pray thee, peace. I will be flesh and blood.
Yet bend all the harm upon yourself. Let those that do offend you suffer too.
For there thou speakest reason. Nay, I will do so. My soul doth tell me hero is belied, and that shall Claudio know. So shall the prince and all of them that thus dishonor her.
Prince and Claudio hastily.
Good day, good day.
Good day to both of you, my lord.
We have some haste, Leonardo.
Some haste, my lord. Well, fare thee well.
Nay, do not quarrel with this good old man.
If he could right himself with Coraline, some of us will lie low.
Who wrongs him?
Mary.
Thou dost wrong me! Thou dissembler, thou! Nay, never lay thy hand upon thy sword. I fear thee not.
Mary, be shrew my hand, and if it should give your age such cause of fear, in faith, my hand meant nothing to my sword.
Tush, tush, man. Never flee or jest at me. I speak not like a dotard nor a fool, as under privilege of age to brag. I say thou hast killed mine innocent child. If thou killst me, boy, thou shalt kill a man.
He shall kill two of us.
Sister.
Content yourself. God knows I love my niece, and she's dead. Slandered to death by villains.
But sister.
Hold you content. What man, I know them yea, scrabbling, outfacing, fashion-monging boys that lie and caw, flout, deprave, and slander.
But Sister Antonia.
Come, 'tis no matter. Do not you meddle. Let me deal in this.
We will not wake your patience. My heart is sorry for your daughter's death, but upon mine honor, she was charged with nothing but what was true and very full of proof.
My lord. My lord!
I will not hear you.
No? Come, sister. Away. I will be heard.
And we shall, or some of us will be smart for it.
See, here comes the man we went to seek.
Now, senor, what news?
Good day, my lord. Welcome, senor. You're almost come to part almost a fray.
We had like to have had our two noses snapped off by an old man without teeth.
Shall I speak a word in your ear? You are a villain. I jest not. I will make you good how you dare with what you dare and when you dare. Do me right, or I'll protest your cowardice. You have killed a sweet lady, and her death shall fall heavy on you. My lord, for your many courtesies, I must thank you. I must discontinue your company. You have among you killed a sweet and innocent lady. For my lord Lackbeard there, he and I shall meet. And until then, peace be with him.
He is in earnest.
In most profound earnest.
And hath challenged thee.
Most sincerely.
Did he say my brother was fled?
And you being a cursing hypocrite, you must be looked to.
How now? Two of my brother's men bound. Officers, what offenses have these men done?
Nay, sir. They have committed false reports. Moreover, they have spoken untruths. Secondarily, they are slanders. Sixth and lastly, they have belied a lady. Thirdly, they have committed false report. And to conclude, they are lying knaves.
Who have you offended, masters, that you are thus bound to your answer? This learned constable is too cunning to be understood.
Sweet prince, let me go no farther to mine answer. Do you hear me, and let this count kill me? For I have deceived even your very eyes. Which your wisdom could not discover, these shallow fools have brought to light, who, in the night, overheard me confessing to this man how Don John incensed me to slander, hero. How you were brought into the orchard and saw me court Margaret in hero's garments. How you disgraced her when you should marry her. My villainy they have upon record, which I had rather seal with my death than repeat over to my shame. It is upon mine and my master's false accusation that the lady is dead. And I beseech nothing more than the reward of a villain.
Runs not this speech like iron through your blood?
Drunk poison while he uttered it.
But did my brother set thee upon this?
Yea, and pay me richly for the practice of it.
Oh, he is composed and framed of treachery, and fled he is upon this villainy.
Sweet hero, now thy image doth appear in the rare semblance I loved at first.
By this time, our magistrate hath performed Senior Leonardo of the matter. Masters, do not forget, when time and place shall serve, that I am a codfish.
Which is the villain? Let me see his eyes.
If you would know your wronger, look on me.
Art thou the slave that with thy breath has killed mine innocent child?
Yea, even I alone.
No, not so, villain. Thou beliest thyself. Here stand a pair of honorable men. A third is fled that had a hand in it. I thank thee, princes, for my daughter's death, recorded with your high and worthy deeds. 'Twas bravely done, if you bethink you of it.
I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose your vengeance yourself. Impose me to whatever penance your invention can lay upon my sin. Yet sinned I not, but in mistaking.
How my soul were I.
I cannot bid you bid my daughter live. That were impossible. But I pray you both, possess the people of Messina hear how innocent she died. And if your love can labor aught in sad invention, hang her an epitaph upon her tomb, and sing it to her bones. Sing it tonight. Tomorrow morning come you to my house, and since you could not be my son-in-law, be it my nephew. My sister hath a daughter, almost a copy of my child that's dead. And she alone is heir to both of us. Give her the right you should have given her cousin, and so dies my revenge.
Oh, noble sir, your overkindness doth wring tears from me. I do embrace your offer, and dispose henceforth of poor Claudio.
Tomorrow, then, I'll expect your coming. Tonight, I take my leave. This naughty man shall be brought face to face with Margaret, who I believe was packed in all this wrong, hired to it by your brother.
No, by my soul she was not, nor knew what she did when she talked to me, but hath always been just and virtuous in anything I did know by her.
Moreover, sir, which is indeed not under white and black, this plaintiff here, sir, the offender did call me codfish. Let it be remembered in his punishment.
I thank thee for thy care and honest pains.
You speak like a most thankful and reverent youth. I praise God for you.
There's for thy pains.
God save the foundation.
Go, I discharge thee of thy prisoner, and I thank thee.
I leave an errant knave with your worship, which I beseech your worship to correct yourself for the example of others. God keep your worship. May God restore you to health. I humbly give you leave to depart, and if a merry meeting may be wished, God prohibit it. Come, neighbor.
Until tomorrow morning, lords. Farewell.
Farewell, my lords. We look for you tomorrow.
We will not fail.
Tonight, I'll mourn with Hero.
the God of love that sits above. That sits above and knows me and knows me how pitiful how pitiful I deserve. I mean in singing, but in loving. Leander, the good swimmer. Troilus, the first employer of panders, and a whole bookful of these quondam carpet mangers, whose names yet run smoothly down the even road of a blank verse. Why, they were never so truly turned over and over as my poor self in love. Mary, I cannot show it in rhyme. I have tried. I can find no rhyme to lady, but baby. An innocent rhyme. For scorn, horn, a hard rhyme. For school, fool, a babbling rhyme. Very ominous endings. No, I was not born under a rhyming planet, nor I cannot woo in festival terms. Fair Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I called thee?
Yea, Signor, and depart without bid me.
Do stay but till then.
Then is spoken. Fare you well. And yet, ere I go, let me go with that which I came, which is knowing what has passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words, and thereupon I will kiss thee.
Foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath. And foul breath is noisome. Therefore I will depart, unkissed.
Thou hast frighted the word out of his right sense. So forcible is thy wit. But I tell thee plainly, Claudio undergoes my challenge, and either I must shortly hear from him, or I will subscribe him a coward. And now, I pray, for which of my bad habits didst thou first fall in love with me?
For them all together, which maintains so politic a state of evil that they would not admit any good part to intermingle with them. But tell me, which of my good parts thou first suffer love for me?
Suffer love. A good epithet. For indeed, I do suffer love, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think, alas, poor heart. But if you spite it for my sake, I will spite it for yours, for I will never love that which my friend hates.
God, you and I are too wise to move peaceably. And now tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill too.
Serve God, love me, and mend. Oh, here comes one in haste.
You must come to your uncle presently. It has been proved my lady hero has been falsely accused, the prince and Claudio mightily abused, and Don John is the problem of all that is God and fled. Come presently.
Senor, will you go hear this good news with me?
I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thine eyes. And moreover, I will go with you to your uncle's.
Leonardo? Tis. Done to death by slanderous tongue was the hero that here lies. Death in Gordon of her wrongs gives her fame which never dies. So the life that died with shame lives in death with glorious fame.
Tomorrow, masters, put your torches out. Thanks to you all, and leave us. Fare you well.
Now unto thy bones, good night. Yearly I will do this right.
Did I not tell you she was innocent?
So are the prince and Claudio, who accused her on the air you heard debated. But Margaret was in some fault for this, although against her will, as it appears in the true course of all the question.
Well, I'm glad that all things sort so well.
And so am I, being else by faith and forced to call young Claudio to a reckoning for it.
Well, daughter, and you gentlewomen all, withdraw into a chamber by yourselves, and when I send for you, come hither masked. Sister, you know your office. You must be mother to your brother's daughter, and give her to fair Claudio.
Which I will do with confirmed countenance.
Friar, I must entreat your pains, I think.
To do what, Signor?
To bind me or undo me. Truth it is, good Signor, your niece regards me with an eye of favor.
The sight whereof I think you had from me, Claudio, and the prince. But what is your will?
Your answer, sir, is enigmatical. But my will is that your goodwill may stand with ours. This day, to be conjoined in the state of horrible marriage. Honorable marriage. In which, friar, I will desire your good help.
My heart is with your liking.
And my help. Here comes the prince and Claudio.
Good morrow to this fair assembly.
Good morrow, prince. Good morrow, Claudio. We here attend you. Are you yet determined to marry with my brother's daughter?
I'll hold my mind.
Call her forth, sister. Here is the friar ready.
Which is the lady I must seize upon?
The same is she, and I do give you her love.
Sweet, let me see your face.
No, that you shall not, until you take her hand before this friar and swear to marry her.
Give me your hand. For this holy friar, I am your husband, if you like of me.
And when I lived, I was your other wife. And when I loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero?
Nothing certain. One hero died to fall, but I do live. And surely as I live, I am a maid.
The former hero that is dead.
She died, my lord, but whilst her slander lived.
All of this amazement can I qualify.
When after that the holy rites are ended, I'll tell you largely of fair Hero's death. Meantime, let wonders seem familiar, and to the wedding let us presently.
Soft and fair. Friar, which is Beatrice?
I answer to that name. What is your will?
Do not you love me?
Why, no. No more than reason.
Why? Then your uncle and the prince and Claudio have been deceived. They swore you did.
Do not you love me?
Troth, no. No more than reason.
Why, then my cousin Margaret and Ursula are much deceived, for they did swear you did.
They said you were sick for me.
They swore you were well nigh dead for me.
'Tis no such matter. Then, you do not love me?
No. Truly, but in friendly recompense.
Come, cousin. I am sure you love the gentleman.
And I'll be sworn upon that he loves her. For here's a paper written in his hand. A halting sonnet of his own pure brain, fashioned to Beatrice.
And here's another, written in my cousin's hand, stolen from her pocket, containing her love unto Benedict.
A miracle. Here's our own hands against our hearts. Come, I will have thee, but by this light, I take thee for pity.
I would not deny you, but by this good day I yield. Upon great persuasion, and partly to save your life, for I was told you were in a consumption.
Peace, I will stop your mouth.
How dost thou, Benedict, the married man?
I'll tell thee what, Prince. A college of wit-crackers cannot flout me out of my humor. Dost thou think I care for a satire or an epigram? No. Since I do purpose to marry, I can think of nothing to any purpose that the world can say against it. And therefore, never flout at me for I have said against it. For man is a giddy thing. And this is my conclusion. For thy part, Claudio, I did think to have beaten thee, but in that, thou would like to be my kinsman, live unbruised and love my cousin.
I'd well hope thou wouldst have denied, Beatrice, that I might have cudgeled thee out of thy single life.
Come, we are friends. Let's have a dance ere we are married, that we may lighten our own hearts and our wives' heels.
We will have dancing afterward.
First of my word, therefore play music. Prince, thou art sad. Get thee a wife. Get thee a wife.
Your brother Don John is taken in flight and brought with armed men back to Messina.